Hello, and welcome to One Cool Thing, PC Mag's daily show on Facebook where we talk to you about one cool thing that we've been testing out here in PC Labs. I'm Tom Brandt, this is Michael Muchmore, and today we have two things on the table, but we're actually talking about something that's inside them. It is the Windows 10 Fall Creators Update.
There's actually several cool things, but we're going to show you a few of them.
Okay, and that's all coming up, but we also want you to ask us your questions about Windows 10, about anything else that we might be
after I show you some things.
Yeah, so please do ask us questions in the comments. We have Social Pete, who is ready to convey your questions to us about Windows 10 Fall Creators Update or anything that you might want to ask us. So what is new?
Okay, well, first of all, let's just get back to the idea that Windows 10 is, there's no Windows 11 or 12 or anything. It's a software as a service. So some of the things I'm going to show today have actually already rolled out to Windows 10 users. So Fall Creators is just one of the demarcations where, okay, we're having a bunch of new features.
Right.
A big focus was continuing from your mobile phone, like integrating your mobile phone, even whether it's an Android or an iPhone, to the operating system, and we're going to see that.
Okay.
We've now got video editing in the Photos app, which could be a little confusing, but I mean, if all of your media collection is there, you know, if you sync your photo and video library, it'll all be there. Anyway, so Photos, we have this new My People feature, which lets you pin a contact icon down to the taskbar right here. And there you can see one person. And so let's show you that first. Can you see this?
So this is our first demo here. We're actually going to send an emoji, an emoticon, from our Surface Book right here to this Asus laptop. This is a new feature.
Yeah, and this is called My People, and that's not all it does. It will it basically, you know, you only communicate with 3 people more than anyone else probably. Most people, I do. So what you can do is you pin the contact down to the taskbar, and you can like email. You can drag and drop a file and just have it sent to them. But this is the most fun part here, where you can see how the an emoji.
What better way to
up.
show this off than an emoji, right?
Okay, so I've sent one from this computer over here, and you see that how it just pops up on your contact screen. So if you're both in each other's My People contacts down there, you'll be able to interrupt them.
Now, in order for this to work, you have to have Skype. This only works with Skype,
This
right?
is in Skype. Now, but the thing is, My People, right now it's only email, Skype, and something else. Let's see, maybe I can show you how to set it up. So if I go in here, this is the Skype, but it's contact, Skype, and email right now. But you know, it's an API like Facebook Messenger. I could see them easily incorporating that into My People.
Now, Facebook Messenger does have a Windows app, right?
Yeah, they do.
It's conceivable that they could
integrate
that.
They just need to update that to work with this. It's a new feature.
We're done with this now, so we'll go ahead and have this go over.
Yeah,
over
and
here.
that My People feature, by the way, it was promised for the Summer Creators Update. This is now the Fall Creators Update.
And we should mention that you can actually get the Fall Creators Update to Windows 10 by having automatic updates enabled on your computer or going to the Windows Update page, right?
Yeah, it'll roll out to you. Yeah, if you go to Windows in Settings app, go to the Windows Update section and just hit check for new updates.
Okay, so we've got My People.
Let me find you. So another thing you can do is you can connect your mobile phone. There's an app you can install. So you go to Settings here. Can you see this screen? There are a couple of new entries in Settings. And you can see here, maybe go over to that screen. So now there's a phone section here, and that lets you hook up your phone. There's also a new gaming section here and a new Cortana section. Actually, gaming made it into the last one.
Right,
it's like a moving target now, Windows.
But
because
the great thing about the phone is that Microsoft has been experimenting with mobile operating systems for a while. They're now moving to saying, okay, Windows Phone's kind of dead. We're going to support iOS and Android, and that's really the thing that is in Windows 10 Fall Creators Update.
Their idea is that I mean, what I'm going to show you is a really basic implementation of connecting your phone to your Windows PC. But their grand scheme is that we're going to use the Microsoft Graph. We're going to use cloud intelligence to make your phone better through a connection to your PC.
Okay.
So what we have here is I've got it on my iPhone here. I've set it up. So actually, I'll show you here. You go to the phone thing. You add a phone. See, Michael's phone is already there, but you can add a phone, and that will just, you'll enter your number, it'll send you a message, and you install the app, and you're all ready to go. So here I am in the Firefox browser on my iPhone. It doesn't matter what browser it is.
Okay.
So I hit the share button. I do continue on my PC. Wait, let's clear this screen first. And then this is this machine. So it should open that page on this machine. There it is.
So this is useful if you like get home and you are doing something on your phone, and then you're like, okay, now I can actually integrate with this web.
And not even when you're home. I learned it's really just basing on an internet connection. So I could continue this. I could be in California and continue from I could send however many.
Right.
And it's not just what you saw, the instant opening of the page. I could also just send a message to my Action Center here to say, hey, here's a page that I've sent myself.
So let's pick up that mobile integration in a second. It looks like we've got a question from the audience.
Just quickly, this is out today or everywhere?
Today it starts rolling out. Today is the grand release.
Right. So you like we were mentioning before, if you have Windows updates enabled on your system, you might see it automatically. You might not, but it'll show up within a couple days.
It could take a month because think about it. This is 500 million Windows PCs. You can't update them all at once. Sorry, friends. There's no servers that will do that.
And also, as you mentioned before, Microsoft is kind of moving to a incremental thing with their feature edition. So
you may already have some of these features.
Right. So there were some things, and there were some things that they had initially promised, and then might not be here right away.
Right. So they did promise. Another thing was not file history, timeline, which didn't make it to this. It was mentioned at the Build conference back in the spring.
And what does that do?
And well, that will just be a snapshot in time. It's like, oh, what was I doing back 2 months ago on this date? And you can just see.
Okay.
It's interesting.
But that might be coming at some point.
Like this My People feature was announced for a previous version, but didn't make it till this time. So it's a very moving target. It's a continual thing.
Right. So now let's go back to the phone integration. So we've been able to send a web page that we were viewing on the phone to the Windows PC. What about if you are heading out of your house and you need to send something from your PC to your phone?
That's not there yet. This is basically almost a proof of concept. At this point, I mean, obviously they're going to add a lot more integration. And the other thing is, it turns out that Android is actually much better for this because there's an Android Start launcher. And with that, you can actually have a document in Word, the Word mobile app, and continue that to the PC. So there are more.
And presumably that is coming to iOS as well.
That's a tough question because Android is more open. And, Android lets you do more things with the operating system.
Now, why would that be something that you'd want to do on Word? Isn't Word backing
it
up
already
to the cloud
syncs,
so that you can then open
the
file?
I mean, and I do that all the time. I can open in a file here, and then when I go here, it's the first thing in my source of files.
Okay.
So let's go to something else, though. Something that's been lacking in Windows for a long time is video editing. We used to have this
Windows Movie Maker.
Which was awful at first, but actually towards the end of its days, it was pretty nice. You could do voiceovers and background music. So, but what we've got now is, ta-da! I've put this on a separate desktop. My photo collection.
First, we're looking right here at the new
Photos
Windows Photo app.
Yeah, this is the built-in Photos app. You'll get this when you update.
Okay.
So first, before I even talk about video editing, notice now there's a search bar. Before we didn't have that. And this is one of those AI search things where I can just say, dog, show me pictures of dogs. Oops, I don't have any pictures of dogs. Do I have horses? I should test this stuff first. I don't have any of these things.
You don't have animals.
So wait, I have.
What about people?
I think I have birds. Let's see.
Oh, okay.
I should have bird. There's a bird. So that was pretty fast, actually, too.
So this is using some AI algorithms to
yeah,
find
it's identifying
out which
the object
pictures.
in the picture. Yeah.
Right, okay.
So, and notice I have people now. Can you guys see this screen? So now I have this. This is Jordan. This just shows the faces, and it groups the faces of the same person. So I can go see all the faces of that pictures that has this guy's face in
Now
it.
that's something that Apple Photos has also had for a while.
Actually, it's something that's coming into photo software lately. It's
Face recognition.
yeah, it actually first came into Flickr on the web.
Okay.
And it made it into the Adobe photo apps then, like Adobe Photoshop Elements. It is making it into all the photo things. It's a cool feature to be able to.
Let's do photo editing, but I think we have another question.
Video editing.
First, sorry. Video editing. We have a question?
Has the HDR mess been sorted out? Have you noticed any problems with HDR with Windows 10?
I don't know what that's talking about.
HDR basically is high dynamic range.
You talking about on like video games and things?
It could be. Basically, you need hardware support for HDR, and that's something that we've only been recently seeing in televisions and some phones. There isn't much, software-wise on Windows that has HDR content in it, I don't think. So that might.
Yeah,
be
I'm not a
something coming in the
gamer, so
future.
I don't really. I feel like they did announce something, some support for that. But
all right, so we've
anyway,
got some new video editing.
search in the photos, and actually, like, let me just show you the interface too a little bit here. So this is this uses what's called fluent designs. I don't know if you can see. You've now got like some transparency. I can't remember this. Okay. Anyway, the windows have this interesting transparent border. Now, what is new? This create button here. I've got three choices. Video remix. That will just automatically create a video with background music, and it'll trim your videos. You just select a few clips.
Now these are with the clips you've already got.
Yeah.
Can you do photos as well, or?
Yeah, you can add photos, and in fact, a lot of people will probably just use it for slideshows, and we'll add like the Ken Burns moving, moving and panning and zooming. So, all right, I'll show you video remix. So what I do is I have to find some decent pictures here. And a video. Okay, so here's a video. It's not very exciting, but here's a couple more photos. So I hit add, and now it's creating video from selected items. Come on. There it is. So here's my video. It's not very exciting.
Well, so what it is doing is basically you have a photo in here as well as a video clip, or is this just all video clips?
But notice here, remix it for me. It actually it will add filters, like Instagram type filters to give the...
And this is clearly an example of how Windows is moving towards the touch interface.
Yeah, it's a nice big button.
You don't need an icon that big to click on with your mouse.
But it also shows you, ooh, I can do this. So now I can go down into this edit video, which is just the same thing as if I had chosen edit video.
So this is pulling up kind of a stylized version of video editing with the linear things down here that you can add into it.
Right, so let me add... I don't think I added this. Sorry, folks. Can I drag this? Yeah, I can drag that down there, and that's a video. And so now what I can do is I can actually trim each clip separately and apply filters. Here's a bunch of filters I can apply. Pearl, energy.
And these are applying to the photo
to the
or
video,
the video?
yeah.
Okay,
even
so
this is
and how long does this take then? I mean, what's the rendering like on this thing?
This
video is short.
I haven't tested time yet. I will update the review, and I'll do timings for that.
But if this is designed for kind of a wide range of PCs, presumably it's relatively light software editing.
It seemed pretty quick to me. If you do like a half-hour video, obviously it's going to take a little while.
Sure.
But here's a music. So I have recommended music. I can switch to clown parade, blossoming. There are all these different sort of moods that you can add to your, and it will time the transitions of any slides or videos to the beats of the music, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that makes your video look very professional.
Exactly. For some reason, I don't know if I have sound on this machine. It's not giving me sound, but there is amusing music there. And so
now, sharing wise, can you then share this to Facebook? How can you get this video out there?
Well, let's see. It's the same share that pretty much every modern Windows app have. You go to this share button, and you can send it to Facebook. You can send it to any app, Skype, of course, Twitter, Box.
So this is
you can email. You can send it to whatever taps into the share sheet.
Okay. So that's kind of the new video editing feature in the Windows Photo app.
Yeah, there are a couple things I didn't show you too. There are some neat. You can draw on a video with a pen or your hand, and you can add like a 3D fire effect and attach it to an object. It will follow that object, and you can add titles and text and things like that.
So if you've just joined us, we're showing off some of the new features of the Windows 10 Fall Creators Update. Please do ask us questions in the comments if you've got anything that you want us to show off. And we are now going to move on to the next.
The next thing is going to be OneDrive on demand.
Ooh.
It's something that they should have had already, and they actually had it in the past. So with OneDrive, it's the file storage and syncing service from Microsoft, and it ties into Office apps very tightly and all that stuff. And you can sync all your photos, and all your photos that you store on OneDrive will show up in that app. But what they've done now is, before you had to choose, which folders do I want synced to this machine, and you have to worry about how much, like if I download all my photos onto this machine, it's going to take up all this. Now you just have like placeholders. So get your current content. Let's see. So now what they do is they'll show a little icon. Let's see if I have, I don't know if I even have any. Yeah, I don't have anything stored
So
here.
basically, though, what they've done is they've kind of mapped your entire file structure, and they're showing you like the links. They've created links.
What's happening is there's going to be a new column in the Explorer window, and it'll say status, and there'll be a little cloud there, so you'll see all the files, which is really great. As opposed to in the past, you only would see the folders that you chose to sync.
Right.
Now you'll see every folder that's in your OneDrive,
but it's not actually in the cloud.
It is in the cloud. They're all in the cloud.
So
but it's not actually
storage?
on the machine, which is the important part. You're not using up hard disk. So you'll see a little cloud icon. You click on it, and a little progress bar. It'll download, and you'll have it locally. I mean, it's so much better in the past. Like, I don't want to sync all my photos to my work machine, but I couldn't see them if I wanted one, and now I can.
So this is really kind of helping out people who want to back up their things, their files, but are too. They don't want to pay for OneDrive storage. They don't want to deal with the hassle of setting it up. This is already present in Windows, right?
It is. You only get 5 gigs though for free.
Okay.
It's really best for people who use Word, who use Office 365, because that's $69 a year, and that gives you a terabyte and all of the apps. It gives you Word, it gives you Excel, it gives you PowerPoint.
Now, for all these
plus
things,
the terabyte of storage.
You do have to sign into your Microsoft account. Is there just like a one-time sign-in thing, or do you have to sign in to activate OneDrive, to do Windows Photo? I mean,
there's a little setup for each of them. You kind of, you do have to. A lot of times you'll see the okay, sign into your account, and you'll just push the name. It'll already be there because it's the account of the machine.
Okay.
And notice too, you can have multiple accounts, different people on. Like I could sign out of this and add a different user.
Right, important for shared machines, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's next?
That's about it. I mean, there are more things. There's security things. One little thing that I really like is there's a new share in File Explorer. So if I'm on a document here, and I right-click, see this new share? Are you on the hook in? Okay, so see this share icon here? That's new, and what that is, any file that's in the computer, I can now either send to one of my close contacts, or I can send it to mail, or Facebook, or Twitter, all of that. So it's a nice little perk.
So again, Windows 10 Fall Creators Update rolling out today. If you've got the automatic updates enabled, it may take a couple weeks to a month for
yeah,
you to
I mean,
actually see
if
it.
you go into Windows Update and settings, you can pretty much fast track it there.
Is there anything security-wise?
There
that
is one big
a
thing
addition?
security-wise. There's a new ransomware protection, which basically will prevent any bad apps from manipulating files and folders.
Yeah.
So that's in the Windows Defender settings.
Right. It looks like we've got a question.
Should people be relying on Windows Defender by itself?
You know, I do, but our security guru says you should get a third-party security. I mean,
Right. So basically, at PC Mag, we kind of look at Windows Defender as like a great thing because it means that every Windows computer has a
something.
baseline of antivirus protection, and now it has anti-ransomware protection. The problem is, how good is that ransomware and antivirus protection? There are a lot of better, both paid and free apps out there. You can check the security reviews on PCMag.com to find out. But as a baseline, it's great that Windows Defender is in every.
Yeah, and for me, I like it because it's not naggy the way almost all of those paid and free ones are. They're always popping things up saying.
Now, the thing about naggy thing with Windows 10, which I recently realized using Chrome on Windows 10, it does not like you to use Chrome. When
you shouldn't use Chrome.
Downloaded Chrome, the Chrome web browser from Google, and I got about 3 to 5 different notifications saying Microsoft Edge is faster.
But you know what? You get the same thing in every other browser. When you go to Google, you go to Gmail, you always get a nag to install Chrome. So it works both ways.
Right. Now, but if Edge is that much better, is there anything new with Edge?
There are a couple of new things with Edge. You can now pin a website. I mean, this is not a huge Edge update. I mean, Edge got a lot of new things in the last go round. For example, it let you see the button up here in the corner. It lets you, if you have a million tabs open, you can just push this send tabs to the side, and it will store them over there. I can open them later. And Edge has a reading view, which Chrome doesn't have, so all the crap off of the page, just read it. It has a share button, which I don't. I mean, if you get extensions, you can do everything in Chrome pretty much.
The reading thing is very useful to reduce clutter on websites. Shame.
And another thing is it's a book reader, and PDF. You can do PDF markup in it. I think that's actually new for Edge, doing PDF markup. But one little thing too is I like this little icon with the star. It used to just be 3 lines, and you're like, what is that? But the star means, oh, it's my favorites and more. And actually, there's an ebook store in here even. So you can go into the Windows Store and get books and read them in Edge. Oh, the other big new thing for Edge is now you can read it full screen.
Oh, okay. Look, do we have any other questions?
What's one thing you wish Creators Update did have?
Oh, one thing I wish Creators Update. I kind of would like the video app to be separate than the Photos app. And of course, you could always use more integration between the phone than what we have. Okay, one thing I do wish I could do SMS. And if you have Android, you can. But on my iPhone, I cannot do an SMS conversation on my Windows computer.
And that's actually one of the biggest things that's preventing some people from switching to Android from iOS is that there is a great integration. Yeah, if you use a Mac, you can basically get all of your messages on all of your.
I keep seeing that Mac only has like 8 to 10% of the market, though.
Right.
So,
most
people are.
Is that something that you wish you? Is there any indication that that's coming, or is that just like a pie in the sky type?
I don't think there's much reason that Apple would want to make that happen. Like for example, iMessage. Can't you get that in iCloud on the web? There's no reason you couldn't, but for some reason they've never done that. They want to keep you within the Apple ecosystem.
Sure. Like we said, this is the Windows 10 Fall Creators Update available now. And have we got any other questions? We're all good? Okay. Thanks very much for watching One Cool Thing. We will be back tomorrow with yet another One Cool Thing. And in the meantime, be sure to check PCMag.com and ask us any questions that you've got on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.